Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Mine's was all right. I had a 3-day weekend off. I had Saturday off, Sunday, and today's my last day off. But of course, Mondays I have errands to run. So yeah, I'm just running errands until I go back to work tomorrow. I'm thinking I should have took off on Tuesday instead of calling out on Saturday, but I had a call out coming, honey. I had a call out coming. Good morning. Hey, Dr. J, how are you, sis? How are you doing today? Happy Monday. I'm doing okay. Just getting my day started. Got up this morning, did my yoga. I was feeling off balance, of course. I'm just, a lot of emotions is happening inside me. So, happy Monday. Thank you. Happy Monday to you as well. The start of a new week. Anything going on good this week? Hmm. Just the normal stuff. Hustle and bustle. The normal hustle and bustle of life, honey. It's cold out here, but it did rain last night. So the rain is washing away the snow, which is nice. This rain is definitely washing the snow out the way. It was warm on Saturday, was it? I think it was Saturday. It was warm and nice on Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah. It was nice on Saturday. So it was warm and nice on Saturday. Good morning, everybody. I see 13 people watching me. I hope everybody gave me thumbs up when they come into the room. I appreciate you. The reason why I ask for the thumbs up when you come into the room because when you do YouTube and stuff, it helps the algorithm. It helps people find your video. It helps YouTube to push your videos out so that the right people can find my content. If you guys don't know, I used to be homeless. I'm not homeless anymore. I live in transitional housing and I'm working on the next step, which is getting my own place. So I've been homeless for 2 years. January, I moved into the transitional housing, and no, wait. Yeah, I moved in transitional housing, I think January 9th. I think it was January 9th, or yeah, I think it was around the 9th of some month. Yeah, I think it was like January 9th. I moved into transitional housing, and I've been here now for a little bit over a month, and it's been a journey. Excuse me. It's been quite the journey of just trying to get myself back together. And I live in a house with 5 other adult women, and some of the women, well, 2 of the women have younger children. And last night, one of the boys was screaming almost all night long. And the mother, the lady that I told y'all about, the woman that kind of I'm not so crazy about. I'm not gonna say I don't like her, but I'm not so crazy about her ways, right? So it's just so much stuff going on inside that house. I try to stay out of the mess, but it's a lot of drama going on. When you get a whole bunch of women around each other living in one environment, a lot of the times it's going to be a whole bunch of negative stuff happening. So it is a lot of drama in that place. And I'm thankful and grateful that I do, have a job and I'm able to get away, just like it was at the shelter. But, it's drama everywhere. You can't avoid it, right? But last night, this particular mother, the one that I told y'all about, that's always in someone else's business, she has a son and he's always screaming. So she's always saying, oh, he got diarrhea, he got this, he got that. So last night, the boy was screaming really bad. And this is not the first time that he did this, like throughout the night, just woke up screaming really, really bad. So I'm like, is he constipated? Does he got gas? And it pissed me off last night. It didn't piss me off the fact that the baby was crying. It pissed me off that you as a mother didn't try to get the boy to the hospital to see what's going on inside his stomach or whatever. So I think as a mother, if your child is screaming like that, because I think the boy is like 12, 13, 14 months. He might be 15 months, but he does walk and everything. So uh, he has these episodes where when she changes him, he's crying, screaming in agony, like he's hurting. I said, does he have a diaper rash? Like, what's going on? So now I am a mother, and I don't talk about my situation with my children, but I had younger children at one point. I just know me as a mother, if my child was screaming the way her child was screaming last night, I would be at the hospital right away as a mom. So she pushes it off, shrugs it off, and this is not the first time this boy has done this. He's freaked out like that before at night, waking up in the middle of the night, sounding like he's in agony. And I'm looking at her as a mom, like, sis, your son is screaming like that, and you're sitting on your butt trying to shake him back. Like, he needs to go to the hospital so you can see what's wrong with him. We're not doctors or anything, and I don't want to assume anything, but I'm pissed off the fact that a mother hears her child screaming like he's in agony, and you just sit around and just don't go do nothing. So she was like, oh, I'm going to take him to the pediatrician. So one of the new girls in the house was like, I'm getting an Uber today. You could Uber with me. We could drop you off. She was like, oh, no, it's fine. I mean, who's going to walk out there with her child in the middle of the wintertime when someone offers you a ride to the pediatrician that you claim you're taking your son to, which I don't believe her at all. I don't believe she's taking him to a pediatrician. Something is going on with that little boy. What? I do not know. But you taking him to the pediatrician, you need to come back to the house and let us all know what's going on with him. I know it's like it's your son and medical, whatever. But if he's crying like that, like he's in agony, we all need to know what's going on with him because we all live together. I'm just saying. I'm not making no accusations, but last night I was pissed off. So I jumped up out of I wasn't even sleeping. I was actually just looking at YouTube videos sitting on my chair. So I jump up because I hear a child that's like he's in agony. Like he's in so much pain and the mom is not doing anything. I wanted to call somebody, like you need somebody intervening in this situation because something is wrong with your child and you as a mother, you're not acting or doing anything about it. Now, if he got something going on and he's backed up or he's very constipated, he might be constipated and something in his stomach, but he's been like this kind of since I've been there. I've been there for a month now. A few episodes, he would wake up in the middle of the night and act like he's in agony. And last night it started again. I haven't seen him like this in like a little bit of time, but sometimes even throughout the day if I'm home, because I've been home literally the last 3 days. So and then sometimes when she's like wiping him, she's acting like, oh, he got a diaper rash. Is it diaper rash or is it diarrhea? Like, what's going on with your son? I don't like when I hear babies like that and they're not able to talk and speak and something's going on with them. You need to be an active mother in his life and you need to see what's going on with your son. Which meaning, if your pediatrician is closed down on a Sunday night or whatever, because we all know most doctors are not open on Sundays. If your son is screaming in agony, you as a mother, your first instinct is, let me get my son to the hospital so I can see why my son's screaming in agony. That's what a mother would do. Meanwhile, she sits on her butt all day. She ain't taking him to the doctor. That's okay. Because somebody in that house is going to call DIFUS on her. Somebody going to make a phone call because something is going on with her son. And I'm not sitting here pushing no accusations out, but something is going on. And this morning, I think she was a little upset that I knocked on her door last night because I hear a child screaming in agony in the room next door to me. And I'm the only one that jumped up like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on with your kid? I'm the only concerned mother. All the other girls are just sitting there like they don't hear it. So they all jump up and come when I knock on the door. I said, no, something's going on with your kid. And I didn't say this to her because I don't want to sit here and make like I'm making some kind of accusations. But something's wrong with that little boy. And he's a baby. And he's not able to speak and say, hey, this is going on, or this is hurting me, or I'm in pain. When a child screams like that, something is wrong with him. And the mom is sitting there just shaking him, talking about, oh, he's farting. I'm looking at her like, sis, you know what's going on with your child. And if you don't act on it and do something about it, somebody in here will. Because we are all mothers. I had children that young before. I'm just saying, if your child wake up screaming like that, a real mother would jump off her behind, call an ambulance. I knocked on her door. I said, you need me to call 911? Do you need me to call 911? Because I hear a child screaming in agony and I see a mother that's not doing nothing about it. What's going on, sis? What's going on? I don't want to, I'm not saying no accusations, but if I hear a baby that can't say, hey, this is hurting or that's hurting or this is going on, something is going on with your child, and you as a mother, you are not doing anything about it. So one of the girls woke up this morning and I overheard her talking. She was like, oh, is he feeling better? She was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So then the one girl that works, she gets up and go to work every day. She jumps up and she says, I'm getting the Uber. She was like, you can tag along in the Uber with me and we can drop y'all off to the pediatrician, trying to help her out because it is cold outside and she would have to walk or catch an Uber herself to get her son to the pediatrician to see what's going on with him. So she was like, oh, yeah, I'm taking him to the pediatrician today. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I hope it is true because we need this. We need some answers, baby. We need some answers to why your son is every time you wipe him, he's screaming like he's in pain. Does he got a diaper rash? Like, what's going on? What's going on? We all need to know. It's not even the fact that the baby is crying. It's different. It's a difference between a baby crying than a baby crying like they're in agony. That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. And I don't like it. And the girl this morning woke up. She was like, "Well, if you're gonna take him to the pediatrician this morning, you could tag along with me because I'm catching an Uber there. We could drop you off." She going, "Oh no, we're gonna walk up there." Why would you walk as a mother? It's cold outside, and you got your son, and he's in pain. Whatever's going on with him. Why wouldn't you catch the Uber if the girl is offering you a ride? Take the ride and take your son to the pediatrician that you say you're taking him to. I don't want to throw out no accusations, but if that boy is crying like that any more nights, we're gonna have to do something about it. If he's crying like that anymore, somebody gonna have to take some action. Because I don't like to hear that. And it's not even the fact that I'm in here trying to rest. I don't mind hearing babies cry. I don't mind hearing babies cry. But if I hear a cry, them cries where the baby's really in a lot of pain, the baby can't talk. You as a mother should have got up off your behind. I knocked on her door. I said, excuse me. I said, you need me to call 911? Do you need me to call 911 so they can take him to the hospital, to an ambulance, so they can look at his stomach or see what's going on with him? Do you need me to do that? Because I don't want to hear him crying like this because now it's affecting me. It's hurting my spirit because I don't like to hear babies cry like they're in agony. I don't like that. So, but, that's where I live. And the mother's kind of like, she claiming she taking him to the pediatrician this morning. I don't believe her. I don't believe that. I don't believe her. And she wiping him. She had him on the floor this morning. And for some reason, every time she's changing his diaper, he's crying like his butt is hurting. So I'm gonna give her until today, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see a pediatrician that you took him to the doctor. We all demand to see what's going on with your child because this will be reported. By the end of the day, somebody needs to check that little boy and see what's going on with him. Somebody is going to call. That needs to be reported because something is off. And I don't want to make no accusations because who am I? I don't know what's going on in your life. But tonight when I come home, did you take your son to the pediatrician today? What's the outcome, honey? What's the details? Because I don't believe she's taking him to no damn pediatrician. Because if something's going on with him that you're trying to cover up, it will be found out. And this morning, her energy was just off. You know how you could pick up on someone's energy? I'm hoping and praying that she's not harming her son or allowing someone else to harm her child. Because that would be heartbreaking in my heart. But me as a mother, and I don't talk about my kids are older. I don't talk about my kids on this platform, but as a mom, I'm just surprised and shocked that none of those other mothers got up off their behinds and knocked on that woman's door saying, yo, what's going on, sis? I knocked on her door, and then that's when some other people got up. I said, yo, you need me to call 911? Because as a mother, your son's screaming in agony and you're not doing nothing. What's up? She's probably not going to take him you have a duty to report child abuse. Like I said, I do have a duty to report child abuse, but like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to make any accusations. But by the end of the day, today, She needs to come up with some kind of paperwork and let us know in the house that my son is okay. We went to the pediatrician today, yada, yada, yada. But if I find out that she didn't go to the pediatrician, we're going to have to take some action because something is not going on that's right. Because a child shouldn't be screaming. It's a difference between a baby crying and someone in a baby of his age crying like he's in agony. And to me, I've had children. My kids are older. I have some adult kids too. So, and I don't talk about my kids on this platform, but when you, I have kids before. I had kids before. I've never had any of my children when they were young, kids like that, cry in agony. Like I know what a cry is, and I know what an agony cry is. And there's two. That's two different cries. And like I said, I don't want to put no accusations out there. But that lady, she needs to be observed. Her mothering skills and everything, she needs to be observed. There's something going on. And if I don't see anything going on by the end of the day, and I'm hoping that you took this little boy to to the pediatrician so that he can get checked on properly. I'm not a doctor. Maybe he got some stuff backed up in his stomach. Maybe something's going on with him deeper. But you as a mother, hearing your child cry in agony like that, and you're not actively saying, "Oh, let me get my kid to the hospital," because a mother that loves her kid, she wants to get her child to the doctor and see what's going on. It might be something going on in his stomach. He might be sick. Anything could be going on. But that cry that I heard, that's not a normal cry from a child. That's not a normal cry of I want milk or something like that. And I'm praying and hoping that nothing is wrong with this child in any other way, but he needs to be protected. He needs to be protected. And as myself as an adult, I hope and pray that she takes him to the doctor. I hope and pray that she does that because her the way she moving with her son screaming like that, she's not moving quick enough for me. She's not. It's not really showing that she loves her kid. That's not showing no love for your child when your child is screaming like that. I would have been on the next. I would have been calling the next ambulance for us for them to transport us to the hospital because you have insurance, right? You have insurance on your child. You can't have a kid out here with no insurance on them because they consider that to be child abuse. But like I said, I'm gonna give her by the end of the day, and because if I don't call in the house, somebody else will. But the other girls, everybody's kind of like nonchalant about it, like oh yeah, we don't, no, something is going on, something is off, something is wrong. You need to take your child because she's claiming she's taking him to the pediatrician today. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. I'm hoping and praying that that little boy is okay, and it's not what I'm thinking. But little kids deserve to be protected and safe. And I'm not screaming child abuse. I'm not saying anything like that. But if I go back to the house today and there's still an issue going on with the little boy and he's still gurgling and screaming, something is wrong with him. But yeah, I believe that she's not going to take him to the doctor today anyway. Good morning. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. But yeah, that had me in a chokehold last night. I was pissed off. And why am I the only person jumping up saying, "Are you going to take your son to the doctor?" Like, are you going to take, like, I said, no, I didn't say doctor. I said, you need me to call 911? And nobody else in the house budged. And I'm just like, y'all don't hear this little boy in there crying like that? I don't want to assume and I don't want to say anything because it didn't sound like she was beating him up or anything. It didn't sound like she was hurting him. But felt he was crying and gurgling like something on his body was hurting him. It didn't seem like she was hitting him or anything like that. But his cry, that wasn't a normal cry for a little baby that say I want some milk or something like that. She didn't seem like she was in there hitting him or anything because I would have jumped in her room and grabbed the boy and then called 911. That's what I would have did. But his crying was a different type of cry. That's not cry because I want to be changed or I want some milk or I don't want to go to sleep. That's not a normal cry what he was doing. So like I said, by the end of the day, when I go back there today, because we have a house meeting, something is going on with this child. Something is going on. And I don't want to make no accusations, but I know a child's cry because I have children when they were younger, and my kids never cried like that. He cried like he's in a lot of pain and he can't speak up for himself. And every day that she changed him this morning, she always changes him. She's changing his diaper. He's sitting on the floor. She'll put him on the floor, and he's crying like he got a diaper rash or something. So I was like, this has been going on since I've been here, and I've been here for a month. What's going on, sis? What's going on? But like I said, I'm not making no accusations. I'm not saying, oh, this or that. But it is our duty to report. But I don't know if it's child abuse. It could seriously be something. Maybe the boy got something going on in his stomach. I don't know. But today is going to be the day that I would call. And I don't like making accusations on anybody, but I also don't like when I hear a child that can't speak for himself feel like that he's in a lot of pain. I don't like that. And no adult should like to hear that. And I'm just shocked that I'm the only person that jumped up and bust her door open. Like I'm knocking on her door and she looked like she was pissed. I said, you need me to call 911? Like, what's going on? Because a child crying like that, you should be the first mother going to the hospital, seeing what's wrong with your son. I said, oh, three mothers neglect their children. I saw a woman hit her daughter at the store and I went on. Yeah. And I don't want to make no assumptions, right? But I'm a mother and I had children that age before. So, and like, again, I don't talk about my kids on this social media platform because people want to try to ask me about my kids. I don't talk about my kids on social media, but the cries that I heard, and it didn't seem like a cry where she was hitting them or anything like that, because the room is so thin. You can't do anything in those rooms without people hearing you. And I didn't have a problem with the boy crying. That was not an issue. The issue was, you as a mom, I would be on the first ambulance somewhere down to the hospital to see why my child is crying like he's in agony. So I don't like that. He didn't sound like he was being beaten up or smacked around or abused or anything, but no, sis, something is up and you need to figure it out and you need to go to the pediatrician. But you all know when you go to the pediatrician with your child, because I'm a mother, I had children young. When you take your kids to a pediatrician, the pediatrician checks the child's entire body. The pediatrician will look at the child's entire body. That's what I know the pediatrician will do. So if she doesn't take her son to the pediatrician, you're hiding something. Yeah, I definitely need my own place. But I don't have the money right now. I don't have the finances. So I'm working on that. Trust me. I don't want to be here either. But I got to do what I got to do, right? If I had the money, I would be there. Trust me. I wouldn't be sitting in transitional housing with a whole bunch of catty women. And it's just another level. You know, you don't know things about people until you stay with them long enough, until you see who they really are. And I give it a few weeks. A true person's intentions manifest all the time. Like what a person is really up to, their sneaky ways, or just whatever. And I don't sit here and contest that I'm some perfect person. But I'm starting to understand the girls and, you know, their ways and everything like that. Nobody's perfect. Shoot, I'm not. And I don't contest to be. But when I hear a child and seeming like they're in a lot of pain, I don't know why other adults is not like saying to her, like, you need to call the ambulance. Because I said something to her last night. I said, you need me to call 911? She looked like she was bothered by that. And that's okay, because if you don't take your son to the pediatrician today, we all need, you need to let all your roommates know some paperwork and documentation of what the outcome was when you took your son to the pediatrician, so we all know. She did say the pediatrician was down the street. I wish that I had time to just sit there and investigate to see if she's really taking him somewhere, because I honestly don't believe her. I don't believe her. Because whatever she's doing, whatever's happening with her child, and I'm not going to push the envelope and say somebody's hurting him. I'm not going to push the envelope and say that. I don't want to say that. But like I said, if I hear your son screaming like that again, somebody need to be calling somebody. Yeah, I believe that. I believe for sure, for sure, for sure. But like I said, I don't want to push the envelope and say, oh, this is what's happening, because I don't know, right? It could be something in his stomach. It could be anything in his stomach going on. But I'm just figuring that you as a mom, if you hear your child screaming like that you would be acting. And me as a mother, I would have been jumping up. Yeah, please call 911 for my child, because I don't like this. I don't like this cry that I'm hearing. So that's all I'm saying. And if I go back today and we ask her about the pediatrician stuff, we want to see some documentation that you took your son to the doctor. Because I know when you take a baby to a doctor, the doctor looks at the baby's entire body. The doctor is looking at the child from head to toe. The doctor is looking at a child, especially a baby that young. The doctor checks the baby from head to toe. The doctor even takes off the diaper and checks on the private areas and checks on the baby's body to make sure that they don't see no scratches, anything, burns, anything. So the doctor would report child abuse. A doctor would, if you take your child to the pediatrician and you see a bump or bruise or something on the child's body, that's their job too, to call the authorities to say, hey, what's going on with your child? And not saying that they're going to take the child away from the mother. I don't know this woman, but my instincts with her, she's a very negative person. She's sneaky, and she has a child that's screaming like that in the middle of the night, and the child has done that before. And I'm just thinking maybe the baby got constipated or whatever. But I've been there for a month now, and I've heard your son scream like that before at nighttime or whatever, in the middle of the night or whatever. And she'll get up and rock him back, and he'll eventually fall back to sleep. But I've heard this a few times in the month that I've been there. And I don't know her life. Like, I don't know what she's doing when I'm at work. I don't know. Maybe she did take him to the doctor. I don't know. And I don't want to assume something. But if I hear the same thing going on today, and if I go back to the house and I hear that baby screaming in agony like that again, I am going to make a phone call. And I don't want to push the envelope and say the child is being harmed, the child is in danger. I don't know, and I'm hoping and praying that the child is not in danger. But tonight, when I go back to sleep tonight, when I go back home, and I see that this baby is still screaming and you can't come up with no paperwork to say, yeah, I want to see documentation that you actually took this baby to the pediatrician. I want to see some paperwork that you took your baby to a doctor. Because in my heart, something is going on with you and your child. And whatever's happening, I know that baby can't speak for himself because he's a young child. He can't talk. And it just, and yes, I definitely wish that I could just get up and leave that house. I wish I had a place to go, but there, everywhere but there. But I have nowhere else to go. Because I see now the girls are talking about each other, stabbing each other in the back, saying that they want this person out the house, saying that they want that. Like, it's just a negative environment. And I don't really have a choice but to be in that environment because I don't have anywhere else to go. I don't have any other options right now. But sometimes with life, it just seems like I go from one place to the next and then one place to the next. And, this is all my fault. So I don't sit on here and cry like, oh, somebody needs to help me. Like, but this is life. You're going to run into all types of people. And living in traditional housing, it's like you don't never know who you're living with. You never know. And it's scary. It's scary. Yeah, I'm tired of it's like everywhere I go, it's always something, right? And I know no place is going to be perfect unless I get my own place, right? But like I said, I'm praying that a job will come through soon.
that I will be able to just part ways with this place, because I that house is such a negative environment. It's negative. Everybody's talking about each other. They're trying to involve me in stuff. And one of the girls told me the other day, "Oh yeah, this girl was talking about you." And I said, I looked at her and I just said, "Oh, was she?" And I really don't give a damn about who's talking about me. I mean, what possibly are you going to say? Oh, she goes to work every day. She goes from the kitchen, goes to her car, and goes to work. Okay, it's a guy that's very unhinged, walking down the street, yelling in his phone, saying that he don't give a f. Child, don't come over in this parking lot, please, because I'm about to move my car. He's unhinged, saying that he don't give a f. Ooh, oh, I hope he's okay. You know, I'm looking at this guy walking down the street and yelling at his phone. I don't give a f. I don't give a f. Child, it's too early. Yeah, I put myself in this situation, so but I'll never be in this situation ever again. I tell you what, girl, if I gotta work 4 jobs, I just gotta keep putting my grind in every day, and I do, and I come out here and do everything I need to do. But it's hard, man. It is hard. It is hard. Like everywhere I go, it's like, yo, you go in there, you stay in there for a month. That's when you find out things about people. You just find out things about people, and you be like, yo, okay, this ain't the place for me. I wish I had somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a family member or someone I could stay with for the next couple of months. I don't want to be in this house anymore, but I don't really have a choice. I don't trust anybody in there. I I just don't. All of those people are irrelevant. Well, they are irrelevant, but I live with them, so yeah. I live in a house with them, and I'm gonna when I come here, I talk about my story, and this is a part of my story, so I'm gonna tell it. Definitely for sure. This is a part of my story, so I'm gonna continue to tell it. It's irrelevant to you, but in my life, these things are very real. What I'm going through is a real thing, and I just share my experiences. So if people come here and they figure they don't want to hear what I'm talking about, you don't have to stay here and listen to my journey. Story journey about my life. So I'm going to speak about it because there's things going on that need to be talked about in life. Like this is a real life situation. My life is real, so I'm going to speak on it. And that's just that. When you come over here, I'm going to talk about my life. I'm going to talk about my experiences. I'm going to talk about what I'm going through. I'm going to talk about the things that I see, feel, and hear where I live at. So letting y'all know, if you lose your house, you're going to have a shelter that you can go to if the shelter has space. You're going to live in your car. Like this is a hard life, but it's a life that I put for myself. Like I did this to me. And I'm able to say it out my mouth like I really screwed up my own life. But I screwed up my life, but I still have a chance of to better my life. Like I still have a chance to clean it up. I'm cleaning up my life, and this is a hard lesson for me because the things that I've done in my life, like I'll never do that again. You know what I'm saying? So if you were living on the street, they would step right over you and keep going. And that's fine if they step over me in the street. If I'm laying on the sidewalk, you're right, they probably would. And that's okay, but I'm going to still talk about it. Even if that was me laying on the street, and if I want to open up my YouTube channel and talk about who stepped over me last night, I'm going to do so. Like, I don't care about who don't care about me. I'm not here to try to get people to care about me or care about my situation. I'm just telling my story. I'm just telling my story. And I'm going to continue to tell it. So I don't care what the world thinks about homeless people, or I'm not trying to get people to care about me or care about my situation or care, but I'm going to tell my story. That's just it. No, it's not chill. I'm just telling you because you coming over here trying to dominate my live stream. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. Like this is my story and I'm going to tell it. So if you feel that way, and that's okay. And it's not chill, sis, because I'm not upset. But I'm just saying something to you. It's like you want me to silence my mouth. I'm not going to silence my mouth. Blocked him. I don't got. I'm not trying to explain.
I don't need the back and forth with somebody. If you come over here and if something on my channel that you don't want to hear, you don't like, or you think I should stop talking about this, stop talking about that, don't come to freak here and watch. And don't try to dominate my channel telling me to chill, sis. No, there's no chill, sis. There's some things going on inside that house that need to be fixed. And the only way things can really be fixed is for me to get my own place, for me to have my own place. Yeah, but that takes time to get to. Yeah, for sure. I'm never going to stop sharing. But I noticed that with a lot of guys, a lot of men will come here and try to tell me I should stop talking. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm going to continue to speak. And if this is not a channel that you want to be at, you don't have to be here. But these trolls, they come here every day. They say they want me to shut my mouth. Oh, I shouldn't speak about this. Oh, I shouldn't speak about that. I should silence my mouth. I'm not a silence mouth person. I'm not a silence mouth person. It's in the description, and I have tons and tons of videos that people can watch about my past and how I got in this situation. I talk about my homeless journey. I talk about me sleeping in my car when I slept in my car. I talk about the journey of me living in transitional housing because that's where I'm at now. This is a weird looking kitchen. What do you mean? You're blocked too. I see the trolls are coming here with the dumbest things to say. Sometimes I block you and sometimes I let you stay. But yeah, it's crazy. It's usually the men who are weird saying whatever. Yeah, I noticed a lot of guys will come here and try to tell me like, you need to focus on yourself and well my channel is not focused on myself. My channel is focused on my life and I'm not really one to block people. I let people hang around and say whatever, but sometimes you just be like, wow, it's some real things going on inside the world that people need to speak about, and I'm going to be the one to speak it. The ones that see something going on won't say anything. Yeah, like I said with that situation with the baby, I don't want to assume and I don't want to jump to conclusions and everything like that. But what if there's technically is something going on with that child? What if he's screaming out for help? What if? But I want to know today when I go back to the house, did you take your son to the pediatrician? I'm not going to take your word for it. Where's the documentations? Because if I don't see documentations, we all need to be in this house talking about getting this child some help. Because you, as a mother, you're obviously not doing anything about the way that your child is screaming in agony.
Yeah. I just like real conversations and real life. I like real stuff. Like, I don't like the fluffy YouTube channels where everybody has to have this pristine, pretty white background. And I just like real life stuff, man. I don't like the fluff. I don't like fluff. I live my life in real time, and y'all gonna see real time over here. And I'm praying that I can get a call back from somebody, a job, a diner, something. I'm gonna call that diner today, and I gotta put some more applications out there because some people say they're hiring and they're really not, and it's just crazy in the workforce. But I appreciate you guys coming by, like y'all come by every day. But I got some errands and stuff that I need to run today. I did get up and make me some coffee this morning, of course, to save my little ducats, save my money. But I'm hoping and praying that the situation with the baby, I'm hoping and praying it's probably constipation and nothing serious because I really hope that it's nothing crazy going on because my heart would be broken. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see no child being harmed, man. But I know we live in a very demonic world, and sometimes the people that hurt you are the ones that are close to you, your mother, your father, your cousin, your whoever. So, but I'm hoping, I'm trying to pray that I'm not reaching too fast. Like I'm not saying too much of something that's probably not going on, but then again, it could be going on. So, like I said, we need to see some documentation that you took your son to the pediatrician. What was the outcome? What is the doctor saying? But she did say the name of the place that the boy goes to. She did say the name of his pediatrician, and I can't really call there to see if she actually really did it. But if I still see him around the house crying and squealing, I'm definitely gonna make a phone call. So, good morning, Be More. How you doing? I'm happy to see you. Happy to see you too, Joanna. How you doing? How was your weekend, Joanna? I don't like my Mondays being like this. I just don't feel, and I don't. Not only the situation with the house, I'm like uncomfortable in the house now. You know, I have my own room and everything, but I've been there for a month, and now I see the girls for who they are because it's been a month. So it's been some drama over the weekend. Some of the girls try to pull me aside and gossip about the next girl, and I'm just like looking at them like, come on, y'all. We all in here trying to get our lives back together. We're in transitional housing. Why do we have to all live in a situation that we don't have much of anything? Just trying to hang on to life, and y'all want to come into a situation like transitional housing and make it uncomfortable for people. We all don't have no place to go. That's why we here, right? That's why we here paying the rent because it's affordable. But why do we have to make this place into like a cesspool? We should make this a positive, beautiful environment for women to get back on their feet. Not for women to start drama and stir pots up. Stir that pot of negativity, stir the pot up of drama. Hate on other women. Not liking this girl because she's did not liking her, judging her, talking about her. And I know y'all say, oh, you do the same thing. I do the same thing, but I talk about the things that I see with my own two eyes. It's a difference. I talk about things that I see with my own two eyes. I'm very visual. Sometimes people think in the middle of the night I'm sleeping. Sometimes I'll be in my room. I might be up praying. I might be up listening to prayers. This morning I got up. I put on Psalms 91, listening to Bible scripture, just visually listening to it and just talking to God. I need a miracle, right? I do. I need a miracle. A lot of people need miracles, but I need a miracle. And I'm working every day. I'm working hard at trying to get something, but it is freaking hard. It is hard. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's very hard to navigate life when you have a work. And I got stuff going on at work. It's drama there. So it's like drama at work, drama where I live. I'm glad springtime is coming up. That way I can be able to be away more. Like on my days off, I can go stay at the park for a couple of hours, make some videos. So in the wintertime, there's really nowhere to go, you know. That's why on Saturday, I was really feeling really bad. I didn't feel good at all in my spirit. So I had got up and said, let me go take a walk. So I did a winter hike. I don't know if y'all seen the short video on my channel. I did a winter hike out in the woods, and it's a trail, but the trail was filled with snow, which was fine because I had my snow boots on. So these snow boots work amazing. But this world is just a messed up place to be in. It's a messed up world that we live in. It's so hard to live with people I didn't still have awful anxiety. Yeah, it's tough. And I live with 5 different women, 5 different personalities. And the thing is, the good thing is I work and I'm not really there. But the time that I'm there, like I spent a little bit of extra time there because I was off Saturday because I took off. I called out of work. I haven't called out of work in months. So I called out and I called out, and I'm grateful I called out. But then I'm sitting at home like I shouldn't have called out, but such is life. I needed an extra day off. So I had a 3-day weekend. I go back to work tomorrow, but it's drama at my job. It's like drama everywhere you go, right? Drama everywhere you go. It's drama everywhere you go. I don't mind blocking people today. Sometimes I let people just come in the chat and say stuff, but a lot of times I be like block, and more blocked. I painted my nails, so I feel good. They're pink. I love pink. Isn't that beautiful? Even though my hands are ashy, but that's okay. I want to feel good. I want to feel beautiful. Let me see if I can find a nail polish. I got the pink. I like Sally Hansen. Sally Hansen nail polish is good quality and it's not expensive. So I got this one. This one's called Pink Punk. I love pink. And I love lipstick that's pink too. So this is Pink Punk from Sally Hansen. And this is another one, Sally Hansen, the Insta Dry. And this is beautiful too. Like that is so pretty. So pretty. I'm a nail polish girl because I don't get my nails done really at all anymore. Just because nail shops are disgusting places, like they don't even really be cleaning up. Like nail shops are nasty. Nail shops are disgusting. So, but I don't even want to be in this position. I don't want to be in a position that I'm feeling like I feel right now with this little baby. I don't even want to be caught in this position. I don't want to be. But I'm in it. So this situation just found me. And I don't like it. I don't like being in this position because I don't know. I just don't get good vibes. You know, sometimes your vibes be off. And a lot of the times when your vibes are off, your intuitions can be right. Sometimes your intuitions are right. Yeah, I can't wait to the good things. I mean, good things are happening. I was happy to get into this house because I needed to get out of the shelter. So I'm grateful for that. But when you get into a house with women and you learn who they are, like in a month's time, of course, everybody's nice when you first meet them. Everybody's helpful and stuff like that. But then when you get in there, you just see that, wow, this person is crazy. Or this person is like, that stuff with that little baby. Your mom is not acting. She's not acting like she cares. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate it. And I know great things are coming. So I'm not getting myself down and out. But this weekend, I didn't feel so great in my spirit. Because I got drama at work. I got drama at this house that I live in. So I feel like I don't have an outlet. And I do have an outlet. I have YouTube. I can come on here and talk about whatever I want. But um, I'm still grateful. But I just didn't feel in the best mood with that situation with that baby. And I'm praying that some kind of outcome will come from it. Because if something is not done, I'll just have to make a phone call myself. I'm going to have to make a phone call myself. Because, like I said, I don't want to say anything about something that I don't know what I'm talking about. But in my spirit, even this morning when I woke up and I was on my way out the door, the mother seemed very nervous. So some things that you do in the dark can come to light. And I'm not saying that she's harming her child, but she very well could be, or having someone else harm her child. And she's just sitting around watching it. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but the sheets will come off. The sheets will be pulled off. Because I don't like the woman anyway, like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I hate her, but she's the one that be around there tiptoeing around the house trying to see what somebody else is doing. You know, all the people that be hiding the most dirt are always the ones that are saying someone else is doing something. She's the one in the house tiptoeing down the hallway. Meanwhile, something is wrong with your son, but you can't tiptoe and take your son to the hospital. Because last night, if my child was crying like that and I had a baby like that, you wouldn't have to question me. I would have been up, going and getting into an ambulance, half dressed with my pajamas on to get my child to a hospital. Just because you don't have a car does not mean that you as a parent can't get your child. That's what they have an ambulance for, right? But she's the main one in the house looking at everybody else, pointing the finger at everybody else. Who ain't doing this? Who ain't doing that? She ain't doing this. And I'm the chore person, right? I make a chore list for this person got this chore. So tonight we have our house meeting. So it's this other girl that they trying to say that they want her to leave the house. They don't want her there no more. They don't want this girl there no more. I don't think they like her because she's like a dominant. She speaks up and say, oh no, this is not right. So she's a speaker and they don't like her. They want her out because she's speaking up for things that she sees and stuff. She's like, I speak up. I talk to YouTube about things, but verbally, I be ignoring them girls. Like, I don't really say much. I don't speak much. I'm not a big gossip, but they tried to gossip to me this weekend about some drama and stuff. And the girl mixing the pot. She's stirring that pot up. She's a witch. She's mixing the pot, starting drama, not liking people. She's just filled with drama and filled with negative energy. But if you could put all that energy that you're putting into that house, stirring up that pot of drama, talking about people, tiptoeing down the hallway, why can't you tiptoe to the hospital to see what's wrong with your child? Why can't you do that? She didn't like the fact that I busted in her room last night, knocked on the door, boom, 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 boom. I said, you need me to call the 911? You need me to call 911? She ain't like that. Hello from Mississippi. What's going on? I watch a lady on TikTok that's from Mississippi. How are you? How are you? Good morning. I got 19 people watching me. I got 16 thumbs up. Thank you guys. I appreciate the love and the support. I did get up this morning and do yoga, but my spirit has been off for the last couple of days. I haven't been, my spirit has been kind of a little off. So, but I'm going to still come up and talk about it. I'm still going to come and talk about my feelings. I had to block a few people this morning, but just block a few stupid trolls from saying dumb stuff. Today's a good morning for me to be blocking people, but and I don't block people when they don't agree with me. You don't have to agree with me, but as long as you're being respectful, you can agree to disagree, and that's fine too, you know.
Not sure as well. Who's that? Who's Mama Poo Poo? I don't know who that is. Good morning, Rhonda. How you doing, sis? Sorry I didn't. Rhonda's here. How was your weekend, Rhonda? What you got going on today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm just up voicing my opinion about the mom that's in the house that I live in, and her son was up screaming last night, and I felt as though she should have been uh, trying to get her son off to a hospital because he was screaming like he was in agony last night. And I'm trying to figure out and understand why a mother wouldn't think that those cries are anything that's concerning. Because as a mother, I'm off today. I go back to work tomorrow. She's from Mississippi. Oh, okay. I banged on the door because the baby was screaming last night. The baby was screaming like he was in a lot of pain. And the house is set up where you can hear everything. Like if somebody dropped their cell phone, the whole house can hear it. So it's a house where you could just hear things. You know, you can hear, and it's a flat. It's a platform house. It's just like a one level. So the baby was screaming, and this is not the first time that the baby was screaming like that. So we're all like trying to figure out what's wrong with your child. Like, is he constipated? Like, what's going on? But he did it again last night, and he was screaming like he was in agony. So after a time, and I'm not upset the fact that your child was screaming. I don't have a problem with a baby crying, but there's a level to cries when it comes to babies. Like there's a cry of agony, and there's a cry, oh, I'm constipated or something like that. It's all different kind of cries. And me as a mother, I know because I had children that were young like this once, right? So my kids cried, but my kids didn't cry. Like that's a different kind of cry. So, but he's done this before. But I could hear that she wasn't in the room like hurting him or anything, like smacking him or beating him up, but something's going on with his body. Like could be something in his stomach. Like I don't know. I don't want to assume. But after some time, I knocked on the door like click, click, click. I said, "You need me to call 911?" Because the sound of his cry, he sounded like he was in agony. And you as a mother, me, if that was my child screaming like that, I would be on the first I would have been calling 911. Let's get an ambulance here right now. I need to take my son to the hospital so they can look at his stomach, like see what's going on. So she gets up this morning and she's acting kind of weird, like she acting funny. And I don't want to assume and say something. I don't want to say stuff that's going on that may not be going on. But then again, there could be something going on that needs to be checked on. So she claiming she taking him to the pediatrician this morning. So she told this other lady, it's another woman that moved into the house, and she was like being helpful to her. She was saying, "Well, I'm getting an Uber this morning to work." She was like, "You can get in an Uber with me, and we can drop you off at the pediatrician." She was all like, "No, no, it's cold out here. Why would you, as a mother, want your son to be out here walking in these cold streets to get him to a pediatrician?" So in my head, you ain't really trying to take this little baby to the pediatrician, but that's okay because I'm going to be the one to have to make a phone call. Because if he's doing the same thing tonight, says we need to call the doctors. Like we need to act as adults and help this baby. Because if he's screaming like that and mommy not doing nothing about it, we can't sit around and just sit around and do nothing. Something needs to be done because something's wrong with that baby. What does the lady of the house say? The girl of the house, the mother, nothing. She's kind of like shaking them, and she'll say, it's BS. I see it from the hills, but I'm gonna give her one more day to see, like, did you take him to the pediatrician? And that's not my medical situation. He's not my child, but I'm concerned about him, and I feel like all the other women in the house should have been more concerned last night when he was crying like that, because that's not the first time that he was crying like that. He did it before, and then on top of that, every time she
Him, she She's changing his diaper. He's crying when she's wiping him. I said, yo, he constipated or something? Like, what's going on with your child? Why is he feeling like he's in so much pain and he's hurting? Something needs to be checked on. He's only like he's a year because he walks and everything. He's a walker. So I'm thinking like 15 months. He could be 17 months or something like that. I'm not really good with Asian babies, but I think he probably almost 2 years old because he talks. He like mom. He does say little words and stuff like that, but he's not able to talk and say that he's in pain. So whatever's wrong with the baby, I just don't think that the mother is being proactive enough to. I would have been on the first ambulance out of that house last night. I don't care what time it was. If my son is screaming like this, and on top of that, the lady lazy. She's not working. She's not working. So you have time. You have time to medically take your kid to a pediatrician with no BS. I had kids before when they were young. All you have to do is wake up in the morning after 9, call the pediatrician's office and say, hey, I need my son to be checked on. But last night when he was screaming in agony like that, because I've heard him scream like this before, but I didn't think nothing of it. I'm thinking, oh, maybe he got constipation or maybe he has gas. But the mom is up to something that's not right. Something is going on with this child. And by today, I'm going to have to make a phone call. She is like the 2 girls that's in the house that's kind of like been there before everybody that's there now. They kind of like, I'm not saying that they're the overseer, but they do the books and they do all the finances and they take the rent and all that. And they live there too. I think they get a cut off their rent. But one of the girls go away on the weekends. So the other chick that's kind of like the one that's the older one that's been there for a while, she wasn't there last night. And if she was there, she has a child too. I know she would have got up. She would have been like, yo, what's up? What's the tea? Like, your son crying like that, that's not normal for a baby to be screaming like he's in so much pain. So she was saying something. I bust out in the hallway last night. I knocked on her door. I said, yo, you need me to call 911, sis? Like, you need me to call 911. So I think she know now, like, people are looking at her now. Like, something's going on with your child. You need to try to figure out what's happening with him, or we're going to figure it out for you. Not where. I'll figure it out for you because I could just make a phone call and I could have DIFUS all up and through this house. I don't want to do that, but I will. Good morning. Thank you for the makeup brush. Oh, you saying I need makeup? Okay. I am going to call. I'm going to call tonight when I go home. And on top of that, and it's like, I don't like to speak this out of my mouth and say that something is going on, but even when she's wiping him and he's like crying. I said, in my head, I didn't say this to her because I don't want to be in her business because that is her child and stuff. But every time you wiping your son, he seemed like he's in pain. So is that a diaper rash or what's going on here? Because children don't cry when you wiping their butts unless you're not changing him and he developed a diaper rash and you're not doing your job, but you sit home all day. There's really no excuse for you not to have your son taken care of properly because you're with him all day long. And I don't want to assume anything, but in my head, I'm thinking some other stuff is going on. The poor baby might have a bad stomach virus. He needs to be at the doctor's. Yeah, I'm hoping she take him to the doctor's today. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know. I was just playing. But I do need the makeup brush. I don't wear makeup when I'm not at work. I only put on like powder on my face when I'm at work. Only not because I need it, because I want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? I do like makeup. But I was being funny. I wasn't being So I banged on her door last night, and it's shocking to me that none of the other women jumped up and banged on the door after some time. Because I'm mad now. And I'm not mad because of the fact that a baby is screaming. I'm mad the fact that you as a freaking mother ain't doing nothing about it. That's what I'm mad at. I'm mad at you. I'm not mad at a baby crying. I have no problem with children. I love kids, right? I would never harm a child or hurt a child. I hate when I see stuff where people have harmed children because it's heartbreaking. But I'm going to do something about it. I will make a phone call. By the end of the day, if I go back home and I see that you didn't take him to a pediatrician and you're not giving us no explanations to what the freak is going on with your child, I'm going to make a phone call. For sure. It's sad, and it's sad for my heart because I'm thinking something otherwise, and what I'm thinking is not good, right? But I'm hoping and praying that that's not the case. I'm hoping and praying that that's not the case. What I'm thinking, I'm hoping and praying that this mother is not hurting him. But sometimes when people hurt children, it's always someone that the kids trust. And the boy is so young, he can't even speak for himself. So, and I'm not reaching too hard and saying, oh, someone's doing something to him. I don't know that. But if someone is hurting him, trust me, I'm there for a reason. I'm there for a reason. And I'm hoping and praying that that's not the case. But you don't never know with people. You don't never know. I don't trust nobody. If I had smaller children like that, and the funny thing is, he doesn't go to a daycare. So he's not around nobody else but you. The woman is not working, so she must be collecting welfare. Fine. I'm not judging you or talking about you. I've collected welfare in my life too. But there should be nothing wrong with your child. He shouldn't be screaming in agony like that if something is not wrong with him. If he got a stomach virus, whatever's going on with him. But I've been there for a month now, and he's done this a few times. In the night, he would get up screaming. And I don't hear her in the room like hitting him, hurting him, or anything like that. Because like I said, you can hear a pin drop in that house. So, but if this continues, I'm going to have to make a phone call. Because obviously you as a mom, you're not doing anything about it. So, and it's not even the fact that, oh, I don't want to hear the baby crying. I don't mind hearing the baby cry. Because if he's crying, he needs something, right? Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. But it's sad. It's really sad. The state of the world and the lousy mothers that exist in this world is sickening. Yeah, if they do heart him, call child support. What does that mean, heart him? You said call child support. I never heard him. I never heard her hit him or anything like that. So, but I've never heard her in the room like she was hurting him. I never heard like a tussle. You know what I mean? Because babies, when you do something to them, they gonna react and they gonna cry, right? And when they can't speak, they gonna cry. But I'm hoping and praying that it's nothing sinister going on. That's good. You're concerned for the baby. If anything happens to the baby, you will be around there sad. Yeah. Yep. So I gotta do something. If I hear him crying again tonight, I need an explanation of what's going on with your child, because I'm just going to have to make a phone call on my own. And I'm going to have to make a phone call on my own. I don't want to. But if he is being hurt in any kind of way, and I'm praying and hoping that he's not, but I'm very concerned for the baby. I'm concerned for any babies, any child. I'm concerned, especially when they can't speak and they can't say, this is hurting, that's hurting. Because you as a mom, you sit home 7 days a week and you're not doing anything. Like, I know she has some kind of resource that's helping her pay the rent because she's there. But whatever's going on, I don't trust her anyway. I don't even really like the lady, but I tolerate her. But I get some very negative energy coming from her all the time. Like, she's always around there tiptoeing down the hallway trying to listen in on other people. And I say, you doing so much listening on other people, but you're not even concerned about your own screaming baby. You worrying about everybody else in the house and who's doing what, and we want to get this girl out the house because of this or that. It's just so much drama, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate the environment that I'm in, but maybe I'm there for a reason. Maybe I'm there for a reason. But I'm glad that the weather is going to get warmer, because if anything happens, if I need to go back to my car or something, I can do that. But I always have options open, like, you know what I'm saying? If anything ever happens where I need to leave the house or something, it's going to be in the springtime when I'm able to stay in my car. I don't want to go back to my car, but if I need to, I will. Offer to take her and the baby to the ER. That way, if something happens, it won't be on your conscience. Yeah. There, a lady had offered her this morning to take her to the pediatrician, which she say is around the corner. So one of the ladies did offer to drop her off. Like, we can drop you off because I have an Uber coming for me for work. So she kind of like declined that offer. So I'm like, well, if someone's giving you an offer, you should take it. Because, girl, on a good day, if I was off, I would take him to the pediatrician myself. But you're the mother. You're the mother. She's already been warned and made aware of you all knowing about her son. Yeah, we all know something's going on, but I'm still just shocked that I was the only person that jumped up to try to say, hey, you need me to call the ambulance. I was the only one that had some love in my heart to say, hey, what's going on, sis? Do you need you need us to call the police? Like, not the police, but you need us to call an ambulance? I was the only one in my heart that jumped up and said something. I would definitely stay anonymous. I will definitely call by the end of today is over. I'm definitely going to make a phone call. But even if she took him to the pediatrician, she's not at liberty to tell me about it. She don't have to tell me. That's her medical situation. But if this boy is still crying while you wiping him and stuff like that, maybe he has a diaper rash. I don't want to assume and say it's something deeper. It could be something deeper, but whatever it is, the wool will be pulled over. The sheets are pulled off your face. Like, whatever's going on, if it's something sinister, you about to be found out. Okay, you have a good day. Good luck on your tournament. If something sinister is going on, which I'm praying it's not. I'm praying maybe the boy's sick or he got some diaper rash. But one thing, when I had kids, when my kids were younger and I had to wipe their butts when they had diapers, my kids never had a diaper rash. Never had a diaper rash. Because when a child develops a diaper rash, that means that you're not changing the kid when you're supposed to. That means you're letting the kid stay in poopy diapers too long or whatever the case may have you. I would never. She's home every day. She's always there with her child. Other women are in and out the house working or doing what they do, going about their daily lives. But she's always home. She doesn't have a car. She's not working, so she's always in the kitchen. Like, she's always in the living room sitting around. And when I see her with her son, like, he's around the house, he'll be just acting like a normal kid, laughing and running, doing stuff. And so he doesn't seem like he's, like, bad off. Like, he doesn't seem like he's sad, down, depressed, or anything like that. It's not like he's sitting over there, like, scared in a corner or anything like that. So he doesn't seem like he's a sad child. But when he starts crying sometimes at nighttime, last night he started that cry again. And every time she wipes him, he's always screaming to the top of his lungs. So I'm like, does he got a diaper rash? And I try not to intervene in her business because she is a mother. And I don't want her to say, what you talking about? He's my kid, and you don't want to intervene in a mother's life and say, hey, does he have a diaper rash? What's going on with your child? Like, the woman is in her 40s. So what's going on with your child? You should be more responsible with your own kid and know, like, something is wrong with your kid. If you're wiping him and it's been going on for a month that he got diaper rash, like, why are you wiping him and you're saying, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Why are you coaching him along and saying, it's okay, baby, it's okay? But if your child is crying like that when you're wiping him, either the wipes are wrong, maybe you got some wipes, or he got a diaper rash. Like, I don't want to assume anything, but come on, sis, you in your 40s. You have a good day. Thanks for coming by. You're in your 40s. I'm just saying, you're in your 40s. I think I'm gonna go get me some I lost my glasses. I lost these glasses, my glasses case. I don't know. I woke up this morning and started reading my Bible because I know I'm around a whole bunch of negative energy. Negative energy is around me, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I gotta do my part. I think I'm gonna get me something from McDonald's. That diaper rash cream is expensive. Yeah, I know. She could use Vaseline. Vaseline is better. So she does have, like, Vaseline and stuff sitting there. I see stuff, and I'm not judging her as a mom. I'm not even saying, oh, you hurting your kid in this kind of way. I don't want to assume that and say that, but in her past, I don't know her story, right? But I know she's very, like, nosy about somebody else. Because there was another woman staying there from the past, and she used to always talk about her mothering skills. Oh, your kid. She was basically saying that one of the mothers that used to live there wasn't feeding the kid or something. So I'm sitting here looking at her like, girl, you need to take your crying, screaming kid to the pediatrician. What's going on with you? But she always so quick to talk about the other mothers and what they're not doing. But look at her. Look at her. Because I would have been on the first ambulance up out of that house to go to the hospital in the middle of the night with my son screaming like that. And he seemed to be like an okay kid. He doesn't seem like he's around the house hiding or scared. So he doesn't seem like he's afraid. You know what I mean? Because kids I think a child that's being hurt in a particular kind of way, I think they're like hiding and scared and you know what I mean? So I don't want to assume anything like that is going on, but she better figure it out because if she don't, I will. She better figure it out because if she don't, I will. But the thing is, now she knows that we're watching her. We're watching you. So you better take your son to the pediatrician and you better come back and let us know that he's okay. Because the concerned mother last night, man, I would have been on the first trip out at the ambulance. I'd have been out of there. You're not gonna have my child sitting around screaming like this. What's going on with my baby? Because I'm upset and I'm concerned about my child. With that cry that he had, that's not no normal baby cry that wants milk or something or wants to be changed. That's not that cry. Yeah, I don't know if it's diaper rash. And she can use Vaseline is just as good as is better. Like I know that the diaper rash stuff is expensive. But listen, I'm not going to sit up here and tell these women, well, her about her child and the diaper rash cream being expensive because she don't have no problem getting a vape to smoke. Them vapes are probably just the same amount of money as a diaper rash cream. So there's really no excuse. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse because the mother does smoke vapes and they be in they be smoking them vapes. So she's able as a mother to get some vapes to smoke. She's able to get some diaper rash cream for her son or see what's going on with him. I'm praying and hoping it's nothing crazy, but I'm definitely watching, and she knows that now. She probably, you know, I, I know she didn't like the fact that I knocked on her door last night, but I'm just a concerned woman. I'm concerned about a child. So, good morning. How are you? How are you? Happy Monday to everyone. Happy Monday to everybody. Got my nails done. I painted them myself, and I think I'm gonna go to McDonald's and get me 2 hash browns today. I feel like having me a hash brown, darling. Everybody, a new week, y'all. A new week is upon us. I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm doing okay. I'm doing the best I can. Not really in the best of mood, but every day is not gonna always be like an awesome day. Just going through a lot of things. Stuff at work, stuff at the place I live at now. Just go through some things. We go through ups and downs in life. Everything's not gonna always be like peaches and cream. So praying for a better week. I'm praying for. I didn't have a bad week last week, but I'm going through some stuff at my job too. So, and y'all know I'm very voiceful. I might not tell y'all everything, but I'm going through some things, and we all are. Nobody's life is like perfect, right? But I'm just one to talk about it. I'm just one to voice and talk about it. But I was happy this week because I was able to strip my bed yesterday. I washed all my bed sheets, and you should strip your bed and wash your bed sheets probably like every 2 weeks to once a month. I would say every 2 weeks to once a month. So I wash my blankets and everything, and yeah. I hope the lady take her baby to the doctor. I hope she do, because if she don't, I'm gonna call the services on her so they can check and see what's going on with the baby. I hope she do, but it's so weird because I don't think she liked the fact that I like knocked on her door last night. If I hear a baby in agony, sis, I'm not. I was a mother once that had small children, and certain cries are concerning for me. So I know she probably like, oh, mind your business. No, I'm not gonna mind my business. This is transitional housing, and your baby's crying, and you're not doing nothing about it. So I'm definitely concerned. I'm concerned now. You got me involved. Anytime a child is around,
another adult sees a child being hurt, and I'm not saying I saw him being hurt, I'm just saying that cry that he had has me concerned. That's all I'm saying. Because I know in her heart, she probably like telling me, mind your business and all this stuff. And that's fine. But you need to mind your business when it comes to your son, and you need to make sure that he's okay. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I need to make sure that he's okay. Because that's my duty as an adult, even if he's not my child. If I see another child or a senior citizen in pain or hurt or something like that, I say it's my duty to help them and not act like, not turn the other cheek like nothing's going on. And it may not be nothing going on. He may just have, maybe she's just a passive parent. I don't know. Maybe she kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, but I'm figuring you in your 40s. You're in your 40s. That type of cry that that baby was doing, and he's done the same cry before. He sound like he in agony. Sis, he got something going on in his stomach. Maybe he got a hard stool that's trapped and he can't get it out. Well, you need to take him to the doctor so the doctors can give him the right medication so that stool can come out of him. Maybe it's the stool that's hardening up. Like, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I know I want to help him. Black, white, blue, green. I don't want to hear no babies crying in agony because I'm going to say something. And I don't think she liked it when I knocked on her door. There's something wrong with your child. You need to be more concerned. Like me as a mom, that almost brought me to tears. I'm almost like getting pissed off with the mom. Like, what are you doing about this? And the fact that none of the other girls jumped up like I did.
Welcome to McDonald's. We're going to be using your app.
How you doing? No, I'm not using the app today.
What can I get you?
Can I just have 2 hash browns, please?
Anything else?
No, that's it. 2 hash browns are. That's so weird how the hash browns pull up like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm concerned. I hope that lady takes her baby to the doctor. She better take her baby to the doctor. And it's so weird because I don't want to seem like I'm stepping over her, or I know she's probably already kind of salty with me. I don't care. That baby needs to be taken care of properly. I did have coffee. I made coffee this morning. I woke up at like 4, so I made coffee at the house. So here's my coffee mug. I do have another one of these in storage, and it's a taller one. So I got to get that too. But yeah, I made coffee. I'm trying to save money, and I know like I'm getting a hash brown, right? I said I'm trying to save money, honey. I'm really trying my best. This person in front of me at McDonald's tried to cut me off because I guess they ordered their food. I'm not racing you to the drive-through. Go ahead and go ahead. I'm not fighting you about no drive-through window. Y'all know how they have McDonald's now. They have the two screens now. So the person that's on this side, she was trying to cut me off to get there. I'm like, sis, I'm right behind you. I'm still gonna get my food. You still gonna get yours. Not a big deal. Yeah. So I got my coffee. Yes, my baby. My baby, I don't trust anybody in that house. You know what I'm saying? Like even with my food and my creamers and stuff, I be wanting to lock my stuff up. I have a bag. I have a Nike lunch bag, which I'm gonna buy another one that I'm able to put like a little, those mini locks. I'm able to put mini locks on them because I don't trust her. I don't trust none of them. They're strangers to me. So I don't trust nobody. Somebody could do anything, spit in my creamer, do whatever. I don't know. I don't trust none of them girls. So I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure I'm okay. Like I have a lunchbox that I'm able to put like small little pieces. I have these small locks that I'm able to put on. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Somebody can spit in my food. If I'm at work all day, the spit gonna disappear. You can't see it. So I'm just saying I don't know what somebody would do to my stuff. And it was so weird because yesterday, when they were talking about this girl that they all want to get out, she's a new girl. She's been there, like she came in a couple days after me, so she's fairly new to the house. But they was in the kitchen gossiping, talking about, oh no, we want her to leave. We don't like her. She's talking about everybody. She's doing all this stuff, gossiping. She leaving the house, talking about stuff that's going on in the house to other people out in the community, and I'm hearing about it and all this stuff. So they want her out. And for us to get somebody out the house, we have to vote that person out. We all have to agree, saying, okay, well, I don't like what's going on. So yeah, I want Sally. I want Sally Hanson. I want Sally Hanson out. But it's 5 of us, and 5 of us will have to agree to put her out, and I'm not going to agree to it. I'm not going to agree to it because number one, I don't even know the woman, and then on top of that, they're going to try to tell me, "Oh, she was talking about you too," and I'm just like, "Really? Was she?" Because I didn't hear her talk about me, and not that I care if she was talking about me. I mean, what possibly are you saying about me? Where's she at all day? I'm at work making money so I can pay the rent. So they're very negative, and we can vote somebody out of the house, but they have to be doing something wrong in order for us to vote them out. And they're saying that she's doing stuff wrong, she's gossiping. But I'm looking at the girl that's telling me that she's gossiping. That's the mom with the screaming baby. I'm looking at the mom that's talking about what the other lady's doing. But sis, you do the same thing. Like, I don't understand. Y'all all talk about one another. We all talk like we do at work. Like everybody gossips and people talk. Oh, did you see the new person? Did you see what they did? Like even at work, we do the same thing. Everybody runs their mouth. We all run our mouths and we all talk. That's a natural human thing. No one can say that I don't say anything about anybody. No one can say that. No human can say that they don't say anything. You can say that you don't say anything bad about a person, but I speak about the things that I see with my own two eyes, the things that I hear and the things that I experience. That's what I talk about. So they saying that they want the girl out, and they were trying to get me to like, oh yeah, you want her out too, because she was talking about you. I'm just looking at the girls like, so we're having a house meeting today. I'm actually going to be like, no, I don't want her to leave because I don't want to see nobody homeless. I don't want to see anybody homeless. Trust no one. I don't blame you. Girl, I'm getting I got this Nike gym bag. Actually this right here. I have this. I bought this on the Nike website years ago, right? It's my lunch tote. So I can put a key on this and I can lock this and just have like my food in it or have my creamer in there or something like that. Because I don't trust none of them, child. They can spit in my stuff. I wouldn't even know they spit in it. I wouldn't know. So I don't trust them already. So I need to protect myself. Morning. How you doing? How much is it? You said 3? Can I have the receipt too? Thank you. Thank you. I thought she said 362. Do I see 362 on here? Oh, total savings. Yeah, she did say 362 because one of the hash browns said 2.99, and then they added another one on there for $1. So I'm like, how much are the hash browns? How much are the browns? And I go up here and get the hash browns. They're gonna hand them to me, but I'm like, can you put some ketchup in there, please? So I don't know. I don't want to assume or anything, but she needs to take care of her child. I like that bag. Oh, thank you. I can put a lock on there. I can put a little mini lock because I got some mini locks that I can lock it. Because I don't trust none of them. They're like, I don't trust nobody. Hi, hi. Can you put some ketchup in there and some napkins? Would you like? Like 5. And some napkins, please. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Inflation didn't hit the hash brown style. I know it's expensive, but I just felt like I needed to put something on my stomach. And I told myself I wasn't going to be buying anything, but I mean, a couple dollars here and there. Yo, it's crazy out here. I don't even. Oh, he gave me a nice amount of napkins. I like when you ask for extra napkins and they give you a nice stack. For some reason, everywhere I go, Wawa, wherever, I always get napkins because I keep them in the car. My nose is running or whatever. But yeah, this has been quite the experience of my life of being like a homeless person or whatever. It's just been quite the experience, and it's not always the greatest experience, but it's my journey, and I'm gonna definitely voicefully talk about it because I don't like being here. I wish that I had somewhere else to go, but I don't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the only place that I have to go would be my own place at some point in time. And that's it, you know? That's the end of the story. I gotta figure it out. So, but in the meantime, I had to block people this morning because some guy keep coming here telling me, "Oh, you need to just worry about yourself." No, I could worry about you too if I knew who you was. I'm just saying, I'm going to talk about my situation. This is my like not only the fact that I get paid for YouTube now, like when I opened up this channel, I I believe that God was telling me to talk about my journey, talk about what I'm going through. I believe in that. I believe that God told me to open up a YouTube channel and talk about what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through. And I'm going to do such. I'm not going to silence my mouth because I know a lot of people want you to shut up, right? That's how the world runs, right? They want people to shut up. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not. Especially when it has to do with my experience. These are things that I'm going through. These are things that I go through and I see this stuff with my eyes. And when I see kids hurting or a baby in pain, maybe the mom is not, maybe she's not a competent mother. I don't know. Maybe she needs help. Maybe she's stressed out, maybe, but from what I see her around that house, she don't seem to be too damn stressed out because she's not working. She's not trying to like find a job, and I guess she's on some type of program. And she told me one week, like 2 weeks ago or something, she was like, "They said I gotta find a job." I'm looking at her like, "Yeah, well, that's what normal people do. Normal people work for a living. You know what I mean? Normal people out here work. Like I'm going to work right now. Yeah, that's what people do, sis." So I don't know. She's in her 40s, so she's old enough to be mature enough to understand that okay, something's wrong with my child. I gotta find out what's wrong with him. Another stranger shouldn't have to be another stranger shouldn't have to be asking you, are you taking your son to the doctor? That shouldn't be going on. And you in your 40s. I could see if you was a young mother, probably in your 20s. But girl, you in your 40s. And you need another person to tell you, are you taking your kid to the pediatrician to see why he's crying like that? He could be colicky. He could be, she always blame it on like, oh, he got a toothache or he got his teeth are coming through. So she was saying that for a while. She hasn't said that lately. So she knows something's up with her child. I don't know why she's avoiding it, but you gonna figure it out really soon because I'm gonna help you. I can't wait to get this second job. I can get my ducats together and get out. 'Cause I tell you what, this experience I will never, ever again. This experience was the most traumatizing in my life. Like I will never give myself up and have to live in a shelter again or live in transitional housing ever again. We ain't doing this no more, baby. Mm-mm. Still got time. I will never experience this again. Because this experience of being homeless and stuff is not for the weak of heart, man. I will never, ever subject myself to this again. And I'm telling y'all the truth. I ain't doing this again. This will be the last time. I still got some time to kill. So I'm gonna back in this little grocery store and just chill out for another 15 or 20 more minutes. Because where I'm going, I don't want to be too early. But I was happy to get out the house this morning. And I don't be having nowhere to go anyway. But like I said, on Saturday, I had went hiking. And that was nice. But I was hiking in the Saturday. It was fairly warm outside. So Saturday, the weather was pretty nice. Good morning. I always get the extra napkins because if they give them to me, I'll take them. I like to have the extra napkins like in the car. So, but I'm concerned about the little baby. I'm hoping that he's gonna be okay. You know what I mean?
hash brown was good, but I got 30 people watching me right now. Wow. I hope everybody gave me a thumbs up. I hope everyone give me a thumbs up, please. Let me eat my second hash brown. I love my ketchup on my hash browns. Yes, yes. But these hash browns be filled with so much grease. Oh, God, I'm so glad I don't eat bad every day. I'm so glad that I don't eat bad every freaking day. Because it's the oil in this stuff. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad I don't eat like this every day. I'll be watching this girl on, her name is Sakayas. I don't know if y'all ever seen her. If y'all watch mukbang, she be mukbanging. I don't know if she's on YouTube, but I know she got a Facebook group. She got a Facebook thing, so she be eating, right? And she's already got a weight issue. She's a big girl, and she just be doing mukbangs. And I like watching her, but people be ripping her apart in the comments, like talking about her like a dog, because she eats some bad foods. It's not like she doing mukbangs. She do them daily. What she eating every day, she mukbanging. She'll be like, oh, we got Burger King. Me and my husband had Burger King today or whatever. But she eats bad every single day. Like sometimes every once in the blue moon, she'll eat something that's like a salad or something. But for the most part, she's eating greasy foods every freaking day. And that's not good. But I thought she was like my age, but somebody said that she was in her 30s. So I'm just like, girl, you have to watch yourself, man. That's how people get on the one-way ticket to the hospital. We are really making. Are they making them thicker? I don't know. I don't know. They seem to be regular to me. When I was home, when I had my own apartment, I didn't really buy fast food like that. I would order out fast food like once a week. I would order a cheesesteak or a pizza or something on a Friday night or a Saturday night. I would order out. But they seem normal to me. 31 people watching me. Oh my God. Well, see what you do when you press the issue. You constantly, I constantly feed my channel every single day. And I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for growing my platform. And I don't have a big platform. But I'm proud of what I've done. You know what I'm saying? I pat myself on the back because I'm proud of what I did. Mm. I'm proud for what I've done. I didn't have a great weekend because I didn't do anything. I just went hiking Saturday. I felt like I was like not feeling well, like mentally. And that was Saturday, the day I fought out of work, but I felt sad. Thank you for the gift, y'all. 32 people. It'd be nice if we can get up to 32 thumbs up, y'all. Can we get up to 32 thumbs up? If anybody didn't thumbs up my channel, can y'all please do that for me? Thank you. That helps me out. If you haven't thumbs up, could you kindly thumbs me up? Can't wait for springtime. Get warm. I had back pain this week, and I know the back pain has contributed to me stressing out, like feeling like being stressed. So I got on the mat and did a nice stretch this morning that stretched that little pain I feel in my lower right side. Ain't nothing like stretching. Ain't nothing like doing yoga and stretching your body out. It does so much for your body. Like I had a back pain, like just nick in my back, and I just stretched it right on out, and it felt so good. Cause somebody was like, "You should go to a chiropractor." No, because chiropractors will mess you up even more. I was watching this lady on YouTube,
that I've been watching for a very long time, and she was like that she got to get surgery. I'm like, girl, surgery? I don't believe nothing these doctors be saying. I would never let a doctor cut on me. Never. I would never allow a doctor to cut on me. She said she got to get a surgery, and then after that surgery, she got to get another one. Girl, I'm not letting no doctor cut me up. Mm-mm. I don't trust these doctors. I don't trust nothing these doctors be saying. And not every doctor is like that, but I don't trust nobody, man. I don't trust the medical field. I don't trust if you go to a hospital that you're going to come out alive, that you can go into the hospital with a stomach ache and you just be disappeared and never seen again. Like, I don't trust none of these people, man. You go into a hospital, they have stories of people that have gone into hospitals and they're just missing. I don't trust nobody. And it's sad to say, I don't trust not a soul. I definitely don't trust my family. So if you don't trust your family, you don't trust nobody. I just trust God, you know? I just trust me, myself, and God. Even people on social media, and everybody's not bad, right? And I know everybody's not bad, but as far as trust, I don't trust. My lips, my lips are peeling. And that's a sucky life to live, to not like trust anybody, but it's just sad. The state of the world, the state of people, it sucks. And yesterday I did have a long conversation with this chick that I work with. She's an older woman, so me and her kind of connect at work, right? I made me a work friend. So we're just connecting about stuff that's going on at work. Because we're just connecting about things that's going on at work. And I talked to her on the phone yesterday for like 2 or 3 hours, you know? It was a nice conversation. But we kind of talked about stuff that's happening at the job that has us like, in the chokehold or whatever. So it was nice to have somebody to talk to about work. Because there was a time at my job that I didn't have anybody to talk to. Like I didn't have that work bestie. You know what I'm saying? You know that work bestie that you can call and talk to after that meeting. The meeting that the manager, the meetings that we have at work, you want to talk about them afterwards. Like, can you believe that this person said this? So you want to have a work bestie, and it's nice to have a work bestie, somebody that can like relate to what you're going through, even at work. So it felt nice. It felt really nice me talking to her yesterday about stuff that's happening at work because work got me stressed out. I'm sick of working because it's so much negativity there. Like it's everywhere you go. You can't get away from it, honey. You just can't leave it alone. It's always all over the place. But I don't confess to being no perfect person, but damn. One thing I'm not out to do is harm another person. I'm just not like intentionally trying to hurt people. Like the world is a sick place, man. That's all I'm gonna say. The world is a sick, sick place. But good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. And it's so crazy this morning. I had to block some trolls, and I really don't be blocking people, but this morning I just, I had the blocking fingers. I had the blocking fingers syndrome. I was blocking them left and right. And I really don't block somebody that has a difference in opinion than myself. Like if you think if I say something and somebody come here and say something opposite, as long as you're being respectful, I'm not going to block you because you're not thinking like me. Like I'm not the kind of person that wants everybody to be on my side or wants everybody to be on my team. You're a free thinker and so am I. So you think what you want and I got my own analogies. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, that's fine as long as you're being respectful about it. As long as you're being respectful, you can be against me all you want. You can say, well, you know what? I don't agree with what you're saying. That's fine. As long as you're being respectful. I don't block people for not agreeing with me because you have your own thoughts. You have everything going on. Yo, it's so crazy inside that house that even when I take out my trash in my room, I don't put it in the regular trash. I come out into like I drop my trash off at like Walmart or something. That's just how much I don't trust those women. I be feeling like they're gonna go through the trash. You know, they're looking for something. You know what I mean? And is that paranoid or what? What do y'all think? Is that me being paranoid or me just being safe? Right? I don't know if it's me being paranoid or me just looking out for my best interest. I don't know. Is it paranoia or because I be like I have trash right here that I gotta put in the garbage because I don't trust the roommates because I think they be so vindictive that they gonna try to go through the trash and see what they can find because they be so freaking nosy and it's mainly it's not really them. It's just that one girl, the one with the baby. She is like a mess. She be watching everybody and stuff. So I just be like, let me take my little bit of trash to the garbage at the grocery store and just drop it in there because I be thinking the heifer will try to go through the trash can. Is that reaching too hard? But I'm just saying, that's how I feel. If you feel somebody doing something, most of the time they probably are. If you feel something in your heart, if you feel something in your heart, it probably is happening. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I be dropping my little trash off in the grocery store. Drop this stuff right off in the trash. And one of these other ladies be trying to give me like soup and stuff. She's like, "Oh, my mom made this soup," and I don't want to say no to her face, but sis, I'm throwing that right in the trash. I don't want it. I don't know what y'all putting in this stuff. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm sorry. I'd rather be safe than be sorry. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I feel like I can go back and take me a good nap, but I got so much stuff to do today, like so many errands that I need to run. It's 9:14, so I'm gonna go drop my trash off because, like I said, I'm so like crazy that I don't even keep my trash in the house. I take my trash outside the house to dump it because I don't trust them. I feel like these chicks will probably go to the trash can. Not that they're gonna find anything, but if I had any, I don't know. I didn't even really want. Like I changed my mailbox. I did change my address to that house, and I'm like, I hope I don't renege myself and say, why did I do that? I hope I don't bite myself in the foot and say, why did I? I don't really have any mail. If someone did open up my mail, that's anything. Most of the stuff, like my bills and stuff, is sent like digital. They send it through like an email or something. I pay my bill that way. I really don't have any bills like coming to the house. So I have paperless stuff. So, but I'm gonna try to find me a trash can so I can put this stuff in the garbage and go on about my day. It was raining last night. It was raining last night. It was nice to hear the rain. I opened up my window because I got a little hot. I'm ready for spring. I hope we don't get no more snow though. And we didn't get a lot of snow this year, but we got more snow than we've gotten over the last couple of years. But I don't know. I'm tired now. I feel like going to sleep. Sometimes I drink coffee and I just be wanting to go to sleep. Coffee be making me tired sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, darling. I'm trying to find me a trash can that I don't have to actually get out the car. There's one right there. But I actually have to get out of my car to throw it away, and I don't want to. I like the trash can that they have at Walmart. You could just drive your car up and throw the stuff in the trash. I like that type of trash can. That way I don't have to get out the car. I don't have to get out the car because I'm lazy. I can be lazy. I'm not really lazy, but I can be very lazy. I think we all can be lazy though. You know what I mean? Life is hard, man. When you become an adult, you gotta adult. It's nothing. You just gotta conform to the BS of life. It's sad, man. I got a trash can right here. I don't have to get out the car. Honey. Good. I can just dump it right in the trash. I don't even have to get out the car. Yes, honey. Trash can right there. So let's throw my trash away. One thing I do not like, I don't like people that litter. I don't like litter of people that throw stuff on the street. I hate that. That really grinds my gears. That really grinds my gears when people throw trash outside. You got trash cans all over the place. Walmart got them everywhere. Yo, I really have to vacuum out this car too because it's a hot mess. My car is embarrassing. If you saw my car, you probably wouldn't like me. I don't really have to be where I gotta be until like 9:30. So if you saw no people do look the garment. Yeah, that's why I said the girls at the house. I figured that they would try to be looking through my garbage. You know what I mean? So something told me don't drop your my personal garbage in the trash can that I have in my room. And not that I'm throwing away anything that is so important that I don't want them to see, like social security cards or anything. I don't really have anything in my trash, but people are nosy. Like even I'm crazy about like this is another thing I'm very crazy about because they do have something called witchcraft, and they have witches, right? So if a person can get your hair, child, they can cast spells on your life. Like people that be in darkness can get pieces of your of your hair or whatever. And child, they can cast spells on you. Even that, when I do my hair and I comb through it and stuff, my hair that I throw in the trash, I take the whole trash bag out and I just dispose of it on my own because I don't want nobody having no pieces of my hair or nothing because I don't trust anybody. So, and I believe in witchcraft and all that stuff. That stuff is very real. People will try to get pieces of your hair and do all types of weird stuff. Like that stuff is real though. So even my hair, when I comb through my hair and I have a day where I say, okay, I'm gonna moisturize my hair. You know, our hair sheds. I don't even want none of my hair sheddings in that house. I just don't. I don't mess with that. You know, because getting a piece of someone's hair is an important thing in the spirit world. So especially somebody that's practicing like witchcraft and stuff, they try to get pieces of you, which would be your hair. You know what I mean? So I don't bother. I take my hair. I don't put my hair in the trash can in the bathroom or nothing. I take my hair and put it in my trash can, and when I leave every day, I take the hair with me. Because you don't know, people can cast spells on your life and have you sick and all types of stuff. I already don't trust them, so. But I know people probably think I'm crazy, and that's okay. You can think what you want. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe God is protecting me, and He's keeping me, and that's it. You know, God's got me covered, but that doesn't mean that I don't feel like I feel ways about a lot of things. Like God is good, and I know that God is watching over me. He's protecting me, and I'm ready to find me a place, and I'm praying when that time happens that I'll be able to find something without too much um crazy stuff happening. Got to try to guard my as much as I can. But it's going to be a good week. Even though I haven't had a great couple of days, sometimes I feel like my spirit is being messed with, tampered with. My spirit is being tampered with. But yeah, I know people go through trash cans, and because they want to know, especially if they want to know something about your life, and they're like, I don't know. There's so much going on. It's sad. I really hope that that baby is okay. Um, but I don't want to step over her bounds as a mom, and I know you're not a perfect mom, but I figure if you're in your 40s, that you should be able to understand that something's wrong with my child and I need to get him to a doctor right away, or whatever the case may have you. But I'm praying for the little boy that nothing sinister is happening with him. I'm praying that he's okay, that he's going to be all right. But I don't like the position that I feel like I'm in because life is rough. Life is a crazy place to be in. It really is. I thank you guys for coming by. I'm about to shut this off in a minute. It's almost 2 hours. I think I'm past 2 hour live stream, but I'm gonna let it go to the 2 hour stream. All the lakes and everything froze over now. It's starting to thaw out. Everything's melting. The snow is melting. We need the water, the snow from the water. We need it to moisturize the soil. Because when it get hot out here and springtime comes, summertime comes, it's gonna be real hot, and we all gonna be complaining about how hot it is. Y'all know how we do as humans, right? Y'all know how we do as humans. Boing, the boing, doing, doing. I think I'm almost there. I got up at 4 this morning, so I know I want to take a nap later, but boing, the boing, the boing, the boing. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for the gifts.